So, the Luigi's Mansion series is actually more popular than a lot of people think. And the reason that that's a known fact is because you look at how well the last game did, which came out back in 2019. I think it managed to reach over like 12 million copies in terms of sales. And I believe that was like the third main installment within the series because the Luigi Mansion series has been around since 2001. So the series is more than 2 decades old at this point. And considering how interesting each installment was, and the most recent installment having the type of commercial success that it did, a lot of people feel that Luigi's Mansion is worthy of a film adaptation. Now, we have no idea whether or not that's something that's going to happen in the future, but there have been rumors on like certain websites, like I believe there's this website called Small Screen that said Luigi's Mansion movie was reportedly in the works, or it's in the pipeline over at Illumination, the same production company that worked on the Mario Brothers movie, which came out back in April of 2023. And um and honestly, I feel like Luigi's Mansion is something that definitely deserves its own like film adaptation, but I do feel that more people would love to see a Super Mario Brothers movie 2, in the future over Luigi's Mansion. And as far as like cinema is concerned, a lot of people are looking forward to Luigi's Mansion 4, but it's probably going to be a while before we get that because you look at the gaps in terms of like the releases for each game. Luigi's Mansion 1 came out in '01. Um, Luigi's Mansion 2 came out, I believe, in the early teens. I think it was like 2013 or something. And then Luigi Mansion 3 came out in 2019. And even though Luigi Mansion series is successful and it's been growing in popularity, Luigi as a character is nowhere near as popular as his brother Mario. And Luigi was in the Super Mario Brothers movie, and I do feel like those two are better off on the big screen as a duo than they are separately. I mean, Mario could be better off separately, but Luigi, for the most part, even though his games have been like very popular and successful and brought in a lot of money, he's always been seen as a secondary like character for the most part. And it seemed like it's for the most part, Luigi has not been able to get out of Mario's shadow, even with his games. I mean, he has gotten out of Mario's shadow, but it took a long time for that to happen. And to give Luigi his own movie is something that I'm not exactly sure Nintendo would necessarily jump on, because a lot of people would go on record and say that there are other Nintendo characters that are more deserving of their own movie, like Donkey Kong or Samus Aran from Metroid, or Wario, or Link, from the Zelda series. In fact, we do know that the I believe like the Zelda series is supposed to be getting its own film adaptation. And I'm not exactly sure how they're going to make that work because for the most part, Link is a mute. But at the same time, the storylines from certain games like Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time, those storylines are amazing and they're timeless. And I would love to see those on the big screen before, possibly a Luigi's Mansion. No disrespect to Luigi as a character or anything like that, but Link is obviously more popular. Mario's more popular. Um, Donkey Kong has been forgotten about for seemingly a decade now, but yeah, Luigi's Mansion game, or now a game, a Luigi Mansion movie, I think is something that would be very interesting. It would turn heads. I'm not exactly sure whether or not Nintendo is willing to pursue um a film adaptation of Luigi's Mansion anytime in the near future. But I wouldn't be surprised if it happened somewhere down the line, or if it ended up being a deal where they made like a series or like a film, that appeared on Netflix or something like that, opposed to a actual movie you go see in theaters. But But yeah, I do feel that Luigi's Mansion is definitely cinema worthy. Nintendo probably should have done something with Luigi in relation to film and animation years ago. And seeing how successful the latest installment of the Luigi's Mansion series has been, Nintendo should probably try to use some of that momentum to, I guess, make Luigi more popular as a character opposed to being um second fiddle to Mario for the most part.